Lots of happenings up and down the Las Vegas Strip. Joining us to talk about it all is founder of Vital Vegas, Scott Roeben. And Scott, we had to skip last week because of March Madness, the NCAA championship. You okay with that?
Sports.
No. I love it. But let's get caught up. First up, Intrigue nightclub just opened back up in 2016. Could already potentially be on its way out.
Yep. I've heard from multiple people that Intrigue at WYNN will be done around Memorial Day. And they do not plan at this point to replace it with another nightclub, which is very telling. There's probably going to be rentals for events and things like that, but as far as I can tell, Intrigue will not be replaced.
What's the short answer on what went wrong? I
think there's just kind of a natural lifespan of nightclubs. There's a saturation at the moment. I think we're seeing a lot of shakeup in that world. I brought some scoop here about Hyde at Bellagio closing, and that has been confirmed. KAOS, of course, another huge nightclub. There's a lot of questions about whether there's the capacity and the demand there. It'll be interesting to watch what happens.
Yeah, long as we're talking about KAOS over at the Palms, just enjoyed really a huge weekend in business. On its second weekend, do you feel the crowds will consistently stay there over the long term?
Yeah, I think one of the observations that I made right away was an opening weekend, a splashy big opening weekend, does not really mean that there's going to be that long-term success. I've heard a couple of rumblings, a little bit of buzz that maybe it's underperforming so far. It's hard to tell so soon, but it's a risky gamble on their part. Big investment. So that'll be another one to watch. Talking
long-term success, or the lack thereof, over at the EXCALIBUR only lasted 1 month, that kind of immersive news show. What happened there?
Well, it was very well reviewed. It was very strange. FUERZA, BRUTA was the name. I think that might have been part of the problem. Not especially memorable in terms of its name.
Or easy to say.
That's right. And what I have heard, you know, people ask, why did it only last a month? Why didn't they give it some time? It apparently lost $500,000 in 1 month.
Wow.
So that would answer the question why it didn't go longer.
That leads to shut it down.
Yep, that's right.
Talking free drinks at MGM, and apparently you're hearing rumblings that they may be changing their policy.
Yeah, that's right. They are doing a lot of streamlining and cost-cutting, and what I've heard, once again, is that we may be seeing the end of comp drinks as we know them. They are potentially going to be setting up the arrangement that with your loyalty card you will accumulate points, be able to get comp drinks, but the way we understand comp drinks now will kind of go away. And because MGM, they kind of set those trends and others follow, could be Caesars after that, I think we're looking at the end of an era in terms of freebies.
Ted and Christiane just simultaneously teared up. Hey, let's talk about those party pits, not to be confused with a mosh pit at a concert. Party pits, those kind of raised platforms where women are dancing typically, and apparently the days of party pits, there they are, in casinos are numbered.
Yeah, apparently the company that arranges for these dancers has cut back 40% on its the women that work here, and that's because a couple of these venues at Caesars Entertainment have just decided they're not really earning their keep, I guess. You know, the return on investment isn't there. So Paris apparently has taken its dancers off the floor, and Planet Hollywood, they've also cut back. So I think that's another trend to watch in terms of cost cutting.
Days are potentially numbered there. Ted goes on top of those party pits, does not dance though. He just gives the forecast over and over for anybody walking by. It's a community service message.
That's something we can't unsee.
You can keep up with all of Scott's scoops on vitalvegas.com. You can also follow him on Twitter. Thanks, Scott.
Of course, anytime.
So let me get this straight. So there's no comps anymore for drinks.
Correct.
And then we have to pay for parking now.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah.
So what I do is, I know if you go within an hour, you don't have to pay. So I like to go up to like 56 minutes and then get back to my car.
And you do party pit weather while you're there.
Yeah, right? Exactly.
That's so funny because I thought that was you.
That's me every time.
Yeah.
I come by and they go, how you like me now?
I know. Surprised. Now you guys at home know, too.
Oh, great. Thanks. All right.